Hello students, myself Professor Ankur. I welcome everyone for the GATE Sum session on the topic of analog circuits. Today we are going to cover important sums on negative feedback. So this is our second session on negative feedback. Let's start with the session. Let's take the question. So this question is from the GATE 1995 paper. It has come for 2 marks. Let's go for the question. The question is, an amplifier has an open loop gain of 100 and its lower and upper cutoff frequency of 100 Hz and 100 kHz respectively. A feedback network with a feedback factor of 0.99 is connected to the amplifier. The new lower and upper cutoff frequencies are dash and dash. So when you look at this question carefully, the most important point we understand here is the open loop gain is given as 100. The lower cutoff and the higher cutoff of the amplifier was 100 Hz and 100 kHz. And the beta factor is being given as 0.99. Whenever we talk about amplifiers with feedback, we get a definite reduction in the gain. Implies there is a definite increase in the bandwidth. So if the bandwidth of the amplifier has to increase, the FH or the higher cutoff will increase and the FL, that is the lower cutoff, will decrease. And all of us are aware there is an impact factor of 1 plus gain beta. So that's the logic, that whenever we talk about the lower cutoff will decrease by the factor and the higher cutoff will increase by the factor. Let's go for the calculation to get the solution. So as we are aware that AVF is AV by 1 plus AV beta. So with negative feedback, the gain will reduce and hence the bandwidth has to increase. The FL will decrease by a factor 1 plus AV beta and the FH will increase by the factor 1 plus AV beta. So here I can calculate AV is given as 100, beta is given as 0.99. So 1 plus AV beta will be equal to 1 plus 100 into 0.99. So it will give me the value as 100. FL with feedback will be the old value divided by the factor of 1 plus gain beta, which will come to 1 Hz. And FH with feedback will be equal to the old value of FH into the factor of 1 plus gain beta, that will come around 10 megahertz. So the new lower and the upper cutoff of the feedback circuitry are 1 Hz and 10 megahertz. Next question. This is from GATE 1997 paper. It has come for 1 mark. Let's have a look at the question. The question says, in the BJT amplifier shown in the figure. So this is the figure. The transistor is based in the forward active region. Implies it is being biased in the forward active region. Putting a capacitor across RE will, option A, decrease the voltage gain and decrease the input impedance, increase the voltage gain and decrease the input impedance, decrease the voltage gain and increase the input impedance, and last option, increase the voltage gain and increase the input impedance. So the question is, what will happen if I put a capacitor across RE? Very simple. RE is basically working like a feedback element. It is also contributing DC negative feedback as well as AC negative feedback. So when I go for a capacitor across RE, everyone is aware that the gain value will increase. So here the solution is very simple. If the bypass capacitor is introduced, the AC negative feedback produced by RE will be nullified, and due to which the gain will increase. Now, if you see the impact on input impedance, the circuitry shown there has an input impedance of R pi plus 1 plus beta times RE, where R pi is as good as HIE or beta RE depending on the model that we use for transistor equivalent. So once I go for a capacitor across RE, the impact factor of RE will vanish and the input impedance will decrease. So you will find the new input impedance as Ri is equal to HIE or beta RE or equal to R pi and when you compare with the earlier value, the earlier input impedance was higher. So now due to the input impedance change, when you put a capacitor, the input impedance will decrease. So the correct option is option B, increase in the voltage gain and decrease in the input impedance. Next question. This is from the GATE 2003 paper that has come for 1 mark. Let's have a look at the question. An amplifier without feedback has a voltage gain of 50, input resistance of 1 kilo ohm and output resistance of 2.5 kilo ohm. The input resistance of the current shunt negative feedback amplifier using the above amplifier with a feedback factor of 0.2 is. So the most important thing we need to understand here is, whenever we talk about current shunt feedback logic, the input resistance decreases and the output resistance increases. So let's have an elaborate discussion to get a solution. So now we are trying to discuss the type of mixing. Whenever we go for series mixing, the input resistance will increase, and whenever we go for shunt mixing, the input resistance will decrease. On similar lines, when you go for the concept of sampling, if it's a voltage sampling, the output resistance decreases, and if it's a current sampling, the output resistance increases. Since this is current shunt feedback logic, so it is as good as current sampling and shunt mixing. So it has to be a logic of input resistance decrease and output resistance increase. And what's the factor? It is 1 plus gain beta, where A is the gain of the amplifier and beta is the feedback factor. So now with that concept, in the current shunt feedback logic, the RIF will decrease by a factor 1 plus gain beta and ROF will increase by a factor 1 plus gain beta. The gain value is given as 50, the beta factor is given as 0.2, 1 plus gain beta becomes 11. So since we are discussing the impact on input resistance, it will have an impact by Ri divided by 1 plus gain beta. So it will be 1000 divided by 11. It will be 1 by 11 kilo ohm. So the correct answer is option A, 1 by 11 kilo ohm. Logically, if you observe carefully, the original input resistance was actually 1 kilo ohm, and due to current shunt type of feedback, the input resistance has to decrease. So out of the 4 options, option C and option D were automatically eliminated, and the confusion was only regarding option A and option B, which can be then nullified once you go for a small calculation. So this is how you see the impact using negative feedback. Thank you.